Organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up on Daily Iowan TV, protests sit-in by graduate students. And later, the UI Intramurals program changes their admission prices.
We have a preview on the Iowa baseball team as they get ready to start their season this Friday.
And we have a look into the emotional senior day for the Iowa wrestling team.
All that and more coming up. Daily Iowan TV starts now. Good morning and thank you for tuning in to another Tuesday edition of Daily Iowan TV. I'm Becca Scadden. In response to a controversial move from Iowa lawmakers, nearly 50 UI grad students staged a sit-in yesterday at President Bruce Harreld's office in Jessup Hall. The protesters waited outside of President Harreld's office to list their demands. The group is asking for Harreld to go against a new legislation that would dismantle collective bargaining for public workers in Iowa, including graduate students. Some demands include opposition to the legislation and a guarantee that current benefits like health care and supplemental income covering tuition and fees will be left intact.
If undergrads think that they are not going to be affected, they absolutely are, because we provide the bulk of research and education. And many of us, this is going to empty out whole departments, and many of us are not going to be able to stay.
Stick with Daily Iowan TV for updates on that story. A public hearing was held at the state capitol on Monday evening regarding proposed changes to Iowa's collective bargaining laws. Daily Iowan EPI reporter Molly Hunter tells us what this could mean for many of Iowa's public employees.
That's right, Becca. A bill introduced last week in the state legislature would strip many public employees of their collective bargaining rights. Over the weekend, constituents met with their legislators in town hall forums, and protests and rallies were held across the state as workers came together to fight the bill. The legislation in question, House File 291 and its companion bill, Senate File 213, would introduce drastic changes to the collective bargaining rights guaranteed to public employees under Chapter 20 of Iowa law. The bill would remove the requirement that employers provide proper cause for employee terminations and suspensions. While it would preserve collective bargaining rights for public safety employees, other public employees would have to make do with the right to negotiate base wages. Employers would decide negotiation on all other matters. Democrats filed amendments to the bill which would eliminate the proposed changes. Last night, a public hearing held at the state capitol was highly attended. Members of both sides turned out, but protesters greatly outnumbered those in favor. Iowans from all sides of the issue had the opportunity to voice their concerns and be heard by the legislature, but many remained concerned about the bill being fast-tracked. The Senate bill will be debated later today in the state capitol. We will continue to follow this story. Stick with Daily Iowan TV and the Daily Iowan for further coverage. I'm Molly Hunter reporting from the newsroom, Daily Iowan.
National Security Advisor to the President Michael Flynn resigned last night. His resignation came after the Justice Department told the White House he could be subject to blackmail by Russia. It was released he had misled the Vice President about his discussions with the Russian ambassador to the U.S. According to White House officials, taking his place is retired Army General Keith Kellogg, who served as Trump's policy advisor during his campaign. According to White House officials, he will be serving as interim National Security Advisor until a replacement can be found. The UI Department of Public Safety released data from their Campus Safety and Security Report. The data includes a list of robberies that occurred in residence halls from 2013 to 2016. The report says 5 burglaries occurred in 2013, 7 in 2014, 30 in 2015, and 28 in 2016. The UI Public Safety spokesman stresses that the yearly variation should not be considered an increase. Officials say burglars tend to be crimes of opportunity on this campus. 11 of the 2016 burglaries happened in one night. According to the department, no trends have been established indicating increased danger on campus. Well, Sydney, walking around the past couple days on campus, it's felt a lot warmer, and I'm hoping that trend's going to continue. Can you tell us what the weather's going to be like this week?
Well, if you don't look at the calendar, you could say it's like April outside. While people were wearing shorts yesterday, it looks like things will be a little bit chillier in the next few days, but get excited for some warmer weather. Tuesday morning will start off about 30 degrees with mostly clear skies. In the afternoon, temps will rise in the mid-40s. As you head out for your Valentine's Day plans, you can expect temps to dip a little below 40 degrees. So if you're taking a walk with your significant other, it might be a little chilly out, but plan on staying in, binge watching TV, and eating ice cream, which should be the perfect weather for that. Wednesday morning, temps will be in the high 20s, but don't worry, we'll stay high 40 later on in the day. Now, as we move into the week, things will move up consistently as we reach a weekend. Thursday, temps will be in the 50s, which will then lead us into a weekend at temps in the mid-60s. Over the weekend, we can see mostly sunny skies at temps in the mid-60s during the day and temps about 50 degrees in the evening. So it looks like we are going to see temps in the mid-60s. It's only February. Maybe those predicted 6 more weeks of winter will be cut short. Happy Valentine's Day, Hawkeyes, and Becca, back to you.
Thanks, Sydney. The UI Housing and Residence Education is looking to hire 3 new peer mentors for 2 identity-based living learning communities. Young, Gifted, and Black is geared toward the African American community, and the second new community, All In, will be introduced in the fall, geared towards members of the LGBTQ community. The new peer mentors will meet with first-year students at least twice a semester to build positive relationships within the living learning community. The University of Iowa intramural program is now requiring a $20 fee for students to sign up. Some students have been discouraged to participate following this rule change. The Recreational Services thinks this will save students money in the long run, since many team sports do require a fee.
The best part of it is that you can play almost everything we offer that semester. So it's not $100 for flag football and $80 for indoor soccer and another $80 for softball. It's just $20. You can play everything you want.
The University of Iowa is not the first college to follow this model. Arizona State and Northern Arizona both saw a decrease in their numbers before they saw an increase. Iowa's experiencing the same thing with their participation numbers. Overall, intramural sports have seen an increase in the amount of students participating in different sports. Well, guys, I heard it was a big weekend for Hawkeye sports. Can you give us an update on what's going on this week?
Thanks, Becca. Yes, it was a very exciting and busy weekend for Iowa sports.
That's right, Taylor. Iowa men's wrestling, basketball, women's, and men's gymnastics all competed last weekend, but Iowa wrestling had a little bit more of a special day.
As wrestling season comes to an end, the Iowa Hawkeye wrestling team finished their season dominating Nebraska this past weekend. The team not only celebrated the win, but honored 5 senior wrestlers as they took to the mat for the last time in Carver Hawkeye Arena. Reporter Nikki Crosswaite was there to capture their recognition and farewell to their fans.
The Iowa Hawkeyes were able to finish off their regular season with a big win against number 6 ranked Nebraska. The day was even more special for 5 Hawkeye seniors. Thomas Gilman, Corey Clark, Topher Carter, and Alex Meyer and Sammy Brooks suited up in their black and gold singlet one last time in Carver Hawkeye Arena in front of 10,000 fans. All 5 seniors have been in Iowa's starting lineup all season. Sunday night, 4 of them were able to walk out of Carver for the last time with a victory. Starting out the match at 125, Thomas Gilman proved once again why he has been a prominent leader to the team by earning a new career high of 23 straight match wins. For teammate Corey Clark, it was not the same happy ending as Clark lost for just the second time in 34 matches inside Carver to number 5 ranked opponent Eric Montoya. Iowa senior Topher Carter won for the first time over a top 10 opponent after a third period escape and takedown over number 10 ranked Colton McChrystal. Coach Brands gave tribute to Carton's progress.
He's been a little bit more consistent, and what I mean by that is being able to score over the 7 minutes, and that's the direction we got to keep going. He's tough.
Carton, who took on the 141 position just this season, got goosebumps reflecting back on his journey as a Hawkeye.
From stepping on campus for the first time to now wrestling my last match in Carver, it's been an emotional journey. It's been a lot of fun. I'd be the first one to step back in line and do it all again right here, Iowa City.
At 174, Alex Meyer ended his Carver career, defeating yet again another opponent with his 4th technical fall of the season. Lastly, Iowa's 184 Sammy Brooks ended the night with a 20-2 season record, scoring bonus points in 15 of those matches. After the duel, the seniors were recognized and applauded for all of their accomplishments. All 5 seniors will head with the team into national duels this weekend, along with the Big Ten tournament in March. Reporting from Carver Hawkeye Arena, Nikki Crosswaite, Daily Iowan, TV Sports.
The National Wrestling Coaches Association announced that number 3 ranked Iowa will take on number 24 ranked Edinboro University this weekend at the 2017 National Dual Championships.
After making a run at the Big Ten tournament last season, the Iowa baseball team is back and ready to have an even better season.
The Iowa baseball team is just days away from their first game, and this year will be a young team as they are welcoming 18 new players to the roster. But that doesn't seem to concern them.
A lot of new faces out there, and the captains on this team have done an amazing job. Day one back in August of setting the tone with this team and not letting that culture go backwards. And I would tell you that the chemistry on this team is as good as any of the teams we've had here in my time. So I feel really good about the makeup of the team. The leadership has been strong, and I feel like we're in a good spot.
We got a lot of young guys, but I think the guys that are the upperclassmen, Gallagher, me, CJ, the upperclassmen really we have a good core group. So it definitely gives the experience for the younger guys. And I think we're going to surprise some guys this year for sure.
I think we're underrated right now because of how many new guys we have. I think this team's got a lot of potential. It's, like I said, we got a lot of new guys. We got a lot of guys who are juniors, JUCO transfers. I think, we got a lot of veterans on this team. Doesn't look like it with all the new guys, and we got a big freshman class, but I think we got a lot of guys who know what they're doing, and I think we can do something special this year.
Coach Heller says that in order to be successful this season, the team's pitching and defense must stay consistent like it has in the past.
What we hang our hat on here and what has enabled us to win a lot of ball games is the pitching and the defense, and that has to stay consistent with the quality arms that we have. I mean, you have to play good defense. So I'm hoping that we come out of the weekend thinking, we've made big progress and we're going to be really solid defensively.
Last year, we started out pretty rough, and we had to kind of make up for it at the end of the year. This year, it'll go a long way for us if we can get a good start in Tampa and kind of set the tone for the rest of the year.
Now, obviously, the team has the right mindset heading into the start of their season. Stay with Daily Iowan TV Sports as we will give you updates on their first few games. This has been Katie Sextro reporting from Duane Banks Field for Daily Iowan TV Sports.
And like Katie said, baseball travels to Tampa on Friday to take on South Florida over the weekend.
The University of Iowa women's basketball student athletes Mackenzie Meyer and Allie Disterhoft earned Big Ten weekly accolades the Friday office announced Monday. Meyer was named Big Ten Freshman of the Week, while Disterhoft earned Player of the Week honor.
Meyer earns the first Big Ten weekly honor of her career after shooting 7 of 10 from the field and 3 for 4 from three-point range in a pair conference contest last week. Meyer set her second career high in as many games with 16 points at number 13 Ohio State. Meyer was 6 for 7 from the field and a perfect 3 for 3 from three-point range in the contest.
Disterhoft earns the fourth Big Ten role accolade of her career after averaging 23.5 points and 9.5 rebounds last week. She shot 15 of 27 from the field and 5 of 8 from a three-point range in a combined 80 minutes of action.
The Hawks will be back in action this Thursday at home as they take on Northwestern at 7 p.m.
Another freshman has also earned Big Ten honors this week. Women's gymnastics freshman Charlotte Sullivan earned Big Ten Freshman of the Week honors for the second time this season.
Yeah, Sullivan earned her second uneven bars title of the year with a score of 9.85 against number 21 Illinois at UIC inside Carver Hawkeye Arena on Saturday. She also finished runner-up on beam with a season-high 9.875. Sullivan has earned 6 event titles this season. She took the first in the all-around against Michigan State, California, and Maryland. Sullivan also earned titles in a vault against Ohio State and on uneven bars against Maryland. Her best in the season, 9.925 on bars, tied the third best score in Iowa history.
The Gym Hawks will be competing this Friday against number 20 George Washington, Pittsburgh, Maryland, and William & Mary at the Smith Center in Washington, D.C.
And be sure to tune in tomorrow to get a closer look on Iowa baseball's new Friday starting pitcher.
Becca, back to you.
For the latest local news, pick up a copy of the Daily Iowan or go to dailyiowan.com. Happy Valentine's Day, Hawkeyes. I'm Becca Scadden. Thanks for watching.